Well, we're back.
With a new couch.
New couch, new setting, really. New setup. They can't see, but it is new.
Go to my Instagram. I posted a BTS of the gear used if you're into grip.
If you're into grip, head to my Amazon storefront. I also have everything on there.
Manfrotto magic arm with a baby pin. And
It's all in the storefront, people. I cannot believe that we took a, 2-week break?
Did we only miss 2 weeks? It felt a lot longer.
My last YouTube video was posted 18 days ago. So
Far cry from the 2 a week you're trying to do.
oops, we fell off a little bit. And I honestly am not really sure why.
Because it took you about 16 days straight of figuring out, what's his name?
Joe Francis.
Joe Francis videos.
I was so deep in the weeds for the Joe Francis video, just knowing I need to get every single detail correct.
Which just went live.
It tells the whole story of Joe Francis, Girls Gone Wild, and why he is currently a 10-year fugitive in Mexico.
The lore goes deep.
The
Let's
lore
just say
goes so
Alex
deep.
Earl is involved.
Indirectly, but yes.
This is Niche
I'm going to talk about it anyway.
So go watch that if you haven't, but we're very excited to be back and talking about a lot of niche things. We have a lot of stuff on the list. A lot of very interesting things have gone down lately.
And we are so committed to the niche element and timely manner that a lot of things that we really wanted to talk about, we couldn't talk about because they are no longer relevant. That's how niche we get.
Honorable mention, the Armani beauty event with Benson Boone. I wanted to talk about that so bad, so I'm going to just indirectly talk about it now. Yes, it was 2 weeks ago, but the fact that their event was divided in two.
You are literally contradicting what I just said.
Yeah. Let me stop there. Well, we still do have a few very niche, great topics to get into. And the one that I want to start with is Love Island. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That's not really niche. That's not a niche show, but
It's just huge. It's its own element. It's its
Yeah.
own, it's become its own entity, Love Island.
yes. And I feel like last season, that's when I got on the Love Island USA train. And I think a lot of people are like that. So this is our second season watching it.
Which, however much money they spent for Ariana Madix to host Love Island USA is paid off manyfold at this point.
She is an amazing host. I just saw an interview clip of her saying that she wishes so badly that she could actually talk to the cast on there and be like, bitch, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? Are you okay? But she doesn't get to talk to them outside of when they're filming.
I'm sure. I wonder, does she fly back and forth to Fiji to
I
go
don't
on
know.
appearances? Because she goes days without going on. So I would assume she does.
It's possible, but Fiji is a long flight. That's a commitment.
It'd be a bigger commitment to have her stuck there for 6 weeks doing God knows what. I think most people probably expect to have more work during that time, unless Peacock is legitimately paying her for 6 weeks of like exclusive time, which she could be filming other things at the same time.
But they make so much money, it's possible. I don't know. Either way, I'm glad that she's there, and I'm glad that Yulissa is gone. Obviously, everyone wanted to vote her and Austin out immediately. He's still there with a Tana Mojo tattoo. I don't know what that tattoo is of the girl like drinking a Frappuccino. It looks like Tana. I'm like, is he a fan?
I don't think there's a good tattoo in all of Love Island right now.
There is, and it's Taylor's "Ape shall not kill ape" tattoo.
Agree to disagree.
Epic.
It
We
is
love
great.
Planet of the Apes.
It's so fresh too. That ink is so black. It's such a fresh tattoo. It's like he got the call that he's going to be on this show. He's like, I got to go get inked up real quick. Maybe it's a cover up.
I was about to say maybe he was halfway through it, like they weren't finished coloring it in or something, and he was like, oh shit, I gotta go.
Maybe he's got like his X tatted on his chest and he needed to cover it up, so he just had to think of something massive.
He pulled a Chris from Married at First Sight with his King Jesus tattoo. Wow. Honestly, it is so dark. It would be a good cover up.
Yeah.
Interesting. But nothing will beat that. Austin's Cupid with a machine gun tattoo. Super weird.
Ace has his name across his entire back.
That is nuts. Honestly, a lot of crazy tattoos. You're right.
Honestly, I'm like not even the biggest fan of the cast. I don't think there's anyone truly caring yet.
It's 2 episodes in.
I know, but Ace is probably the only one with some decent one-liners. He seems to like be built for this type of like reality show. The only girl I can think of literally at the moment is Shelly. I think she's going to be like this season's Serena.
I see that more for Alandria because the way that she is keeping it real and calling out Huda, the way that she is sticking her tongue out to be a little cheeky during the makeouts. I think that is very funny. She's a very funny girl, and she's real as hell. Huda, though, I hope that by the time this episode is up, she has told that man about her child.
I've been seeing a lot of discourse online about that. About the fact that, like, to have a kid and not disclose it right away, wait till they catch feelings, and then basically create, quote unquote, a mess.
It's a little manipulative.
I get that you run the risk of getting kicked off the show early if you just blatantly are out saying, I have a kid, I have a kid, I have a kid. And none of the guys want to deal with a girl with a kid because they're all young and probably not ready for that. But that would probably be the more responsible thing to do.
Right. They're going to find out eventually. And I think that it'll be a lot easier for you if you are just upfront and honest right from the bat. If they don't like you, they don't like you. But either they're not going to like you now or they're not going to like you later.
And as soon as it comes out, everyone for the rest of the show will know. For as long as you're on that show.
Now, if the producers were truly diabolical, they would be like, we know that you guys are fresh here. It's only been a few days, but we're sure you probably miss your family and friends. So everyone go to the fire pit and we're going to play some messages from home. And they play everyone's message. They leave hers for last and it's her daughter.
I maintain
Hi,
that
Mommy.
I maintain that you would make an incredible producer.
I would. Hire me. Train me and hire me. Like, I truly need 1 week of training and then just tell me, how does the headset work? What do I need to do? I will deliver.
This is a battle cry.
Somebody send this to Jeff Jenkins. But yeah, I'm very excited for the rest of the season. I love that I have a show to watch because it has been so dry lately. And I'm excited to see what those diabolical producers do moving forward. They woke up Ulyss in the middle of the night and they were like, you have to go. If they're doing that now, I can't imagine what's to come.
Rough. I mean, that right there tells me that their background checks weren't that extensive. If
They absolutely knew. But then they got backlash. What comes to mind when I say 444cc, moderate profile, half under the muscle, silicone, Garth Fisher?
If I wasn't chronically online as much as I am, I would say something about engine numbers.
Because I said Garth Fisher?
No, cc, because that's a unit of measurement for motorcycle engine output.
Kylie Jenner. I have been seeing a lot of support for her lately, and I've been seeing her online sharing a lot of things. That's her boob job detail. 444 cc's, moderate profile, half under the muscle, silicone. That is like an A+, 10 out of 10, everything right, most natural boob job description ever.
I don't know anything about boob job descriptions, but...
You never watched Dr. 90210?
It's good for the girlies. I mean, I think her whole brand is shifting with Timothee Chalamet, and her just like being online, responding to a random a random video that someone made, literally just pleading her to answer. And she just commented like...
Okay, I said this to you a few weeks ago. I said... The Kardashians are irrelevant to me because I unfollowed them. I don't watch the show, whatever. But I've been seeing in my YouTube recommended Khloe popping up because she's posting on YouTube. Now we have Kylie posting on TikTok. It's like they're changing their strategy to get back in there.
I mean, they're always going to be trying to like hustle and find something. But I feel like Kylie comes across the most authentic.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of that has to do with Timothee Chalamet, who's literally giving like... cool it boy, no joke, like young Brad, wears something cool, effortless, good looking, all that.
That is not how I see him at all. I see him as like Nicki Minaj stan, NYU weird art guy, chronically online.
I don't think you've been watching his outfits when he's been going to these Knicks games.
No, I've only been looking at Kylie's leather pants.
When you sit courtside, sometimes at the photo op, so you get dressed up and you do the whole shebang so that, you know, you look good. He's out there doing it, but he's not doing it like he's try hard. Yeah, it's a little extra stylish. It's not something you'd probably wear. You know, the extra big flared pants with like a cool like graphic tee. And I think he does a really good job at that.
Okay, I get it. This man loves a pair of Timbs. Have you noticed that?
And Timbs is capitalizing.
Are they?
They capitalize. They posted
good.
because there's been multiple people wearing Timbs courtside, but yeah, he
wears them all the time. He has customized ones with the Knicks colors on them.
I think she was only going to the New York games, but he was going to Indiana. They only won games when she was there. So he put her on a jet or whatever and flew her to Indiana, and everyone's just like, only Timothee Chalamet could get Kylie Jenner to come to Indiana for a Pacers game.
Yes, but I must correct you. He did not fly her anywhere on a jet. She has her own jet, Kylie Air. I saw her courtside with her Kylie Air cup. I was like, period, girl, period. But despite all of the public support, I don't know if you've been keeping up with Club Chalamet. I'm almost scared to say that name. It's Timothee Chalamet's fan club.
Is it like Reddit?
It's everywhere. Okay. The woman running it is a grown-ass middle-aged woman, and they hate Kylie Jenner. Although they did post a picture of him in his Timbs walking with her, and they captioned it, Lisan al-Gaib.
That's what they were calling him in regards to getting Kylie to Indiana. The dude can do anything.
I love it. I support it, even though I'm not as big of a Kardashian follower nowadays. I like what I see. I like the authenticity. I'm glad that we know Kylie's boob job details. And I feel like this is the beginning of transparency. Like when they admit to the BBLs, I will be beside myself. Do you think they're ever going to admit to those?
If they're backed into a corner, I think they would. But if they don't have to, and there's no reason to volunteer that information. But I mean, if they're in like a 60-minute interview and they're talking about like expectations for youth, and it's all about, they want to go on there and talk about being a good example, whatever, and then they get bombarded with the BBL question, I think they would come clean about it. They're not going to volunteer it to a random person on the internet in the comments, I don't think.
Not in the comments, but I was thinking like maybe Chloe does an episode of her podcast and has Kim on and they talk about their BBLs. I don't know. I just think it could happen maybe someday, but I'll be shocked.
How many episodes of Real Housewives all together, all the different variations, how many do you think there were?
I don't know, 800, 2,000?
That many, really?
Because think about it. Every season is 20 episodes, most seasons. Some are less. And, I mean, some of them are in their teens in the seasons. Season 12, season 15.
Thousands is a lot. There's a woman on TikTok that I saw that I just saved. It's a random TikTok. I don't even think it got that popular. And she talked about wanting to get into, for the first time, Real Housewives, but decided to do it in chronological order. So she is going to be mixing and matching seasons based off of when they were filmed and released or something. And she has it actually all listed out in her notes, and she showed it on the video. And I just have to get your reaction to that.
So jumping between franchises, that's a lot. I don't really think that's necessary.
You do it for the lore. You do it for the hell of it.
I understand maybe watching season 1 and 2 of OC and then New York starts. I think it started, I don't know exactly when it was, but like then you watch season 1 of that. I understand switching between seasons, but episode by episode is a little crazy.
That's crazy.
But it's interesting. I'm like curious to see what her opinions are. It's chaotic. I wouldn't be able to remember who everyone was, but I haven't to this day watched every single franchise, every single season.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start doing that. I kind of have been a little bit. I'm watching New Jersey now. I always love watching people watch Real Housewives or any reality show in general for the first time when I've already watched it.
Oh, anything iconic. Seeing someone watch it for the first time, it brings everything back.
I will never forget my friend Garrett telling me to watch Vanderpump Rules. And I finally started. He told me for months, kept like reminding me, watch it. And I was like, oh, whatever. I finally watch it. The happiness, like he would text me, where are you at on Vanderpump Rules? And even now that I'm watching New Jersey, every once in a while, he'll be like, have you gotten to season 4 yet? I get the excitement. I felt the same excitement when you were watching Vanderpump Rules for the first time after Scandival. I was like, oh my God, this is so iconic. It's a wonder. I'm excited for her. Enjoy your Real Housewives introduction. Keep an eye out for Joe Francis in Miami. Have you been seeing these videos of All American Rejects, like in some random person's backyard performing?
Of course.
And all these, dare I say it, Gen Zers in the front, getting to experience this for the first time. Wow, I'm so jealous.
It's incredible. And I saw a really good analysis of this whole strategy where it's getting an opportunity to reach Gen Z without them having to feel not only bombarded by, but cringed out by millennials going to see them for nostalgia reasons. Like,
wow.
Imagine them throwing a concert at, the Forum. Who's going to buy the tickets? Millennials.
Well, also, you have to think about it in the context of music and concerts now. They're so expensive and inaccessible and such a thing. Concerts now the price is a barrier for Gen Z too, and millennials and everyone. But I feel like a lot of people probably would say, oh, that's not worth the $200. I'm not paying $200 for that.
Who's this group? I'm not going to go see some like punk millennial group. But then they just randomly show up at these houses and
Yeah, that's fun.
Maybe I think some of them are scheduled, but I think they started off by kind of bombarding these. But
I love it. I just saw a video of Reliant K doing the same thing. They were in someone's basement. I was like, oh my God.
It's a good situation. I thought it was a great era of music. So.
Absolutely. I would be so excited to see them again. Although one of my former coworkers worked at a record label with All American Rejects and said that the lead singer Tyson was a jerk, but that was years ago. Maybe he's changed. Who is a band that you would like to pop up?
AFI.
Really?
Yeah. If you're talking about pop up, like My
Pop
Chemical
up in a
Romance.
backyard.
Yeah, no, but My Chemical Romance has already come around. They've already, they did that punk tour. I think you've got Fall Out Boy. They kind of been lingering around a little bit. They did like a Super Bowl anthem not too long ago.
You know who would be good? Sum 41.
Sum 41 would be great. And if you're going to do Sum 41, but they also have been lingering around a little bit.
Really? Lit. My own worst enemy.
Yeah.
I think that's not in the same era.
Oh, I think 1,000% it is.
I don't know. I think of like Metro Station or Cobra Starship.
Those are more like mellow options. You know, they aren't like out there like Alien Ant Farm. Remember their Smooth Criminal music video?
Yeah, but you're going too far back. See, this is the age gap is showing. I'm in 2010. You're in 2004.
Yeah.
And All American Rejects was around for both, so that's where we meet. But
yeah, this hurts a little bit. I mean, you and I, our music tastes have never really meshed up.
We like the same pop punk kind of things. 2000s music. I certainly don't listen to Nickelback, but Avril Lavigne.
I mean, yeah, but that's just like the pop side. I feel like Lit and AFI and even like My Chemical Romance.
I love My Chemical Romance.
You talk about Alien Ant Farm. Those are the places that were like being played at the skate shops, not at the mall. And I think you're more used to the music that's being played at the mall.
I'm Hot Topic.
Right. That I think is where those two music differences lie. Same rough era, but different.
Like I know
groups.
who you're talking about. I just never went there.
Yeah. Often weren't radio played. They weren't TRL played. They were
AFI was absolutely Miss Murder. That was on VH1 countdowns left and right. I remember.
Well, sure, but Miss Murder was their biggest song. To many people like you probably think that they're a one-hit wonder with Miss Murder.
Low key, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh no, I'm not afraid of that old bitch. Speaking of music, do you want to tell the people the recent revelation about yourself? I'm just curious to see if anyone else is like this.
This isn't a revelation about myself. This is you realize this about me.
Okay, so you already knew.
I very well knew.
Okay, what is it?
If I'm going to learn the words to a song, I have to read the lyrics.
You can't learn the lyrics by just listening to the song over and over again.
I'll get many of the words wrong, or I'll think it says something, but it really says something else. All kinds of things like that. So like I like to, especially when I sing along to a song, which I'm only going to sing along to something I know the words to. I used to go Google, the song lyrics, and it would take me to like lyrics.com and I'd read them there.
Genius.
Then it started showing up in like the automatic searches, in Google. So it's like, we know what you're asking for. So you could just stay on this Google page and just see more and you'll get the whole lyrics here. And now, Spotify most bands have their lyrics there. So like, I'll just be able to listen to and read right there.
I do that sometimes. I just don't do that with everything. But I also don't care if I get the lyrics wrong. Like I'll sing stuff and then just leave out the parts that I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a song I don't care that much about, I'll probably do the same thing. But if I'm potentially adding it to my karaoke playlist on my Spotify.
Oh, you have a karaoke playlist.
I do have a karaoke playlist. That way, if I ever get to a point where I am prepared for karaoke, I don't have to sit and think about what songs I can do.
See, this is the Virgo placements. The Virgo placements are showing. That's very interesting. What is your number one karaoke song? Just out of curiosity. I know the duet is Picture. Kid Rock and Show.
That's not even mine. That literally I just talked about how that's a good duet. I had never done it before. You just threw me on at our friend's backyard party. But it is Kryptonite.
Oh yeah, I did know that. Do you know my karaoke song?
Casey Musgraves.
My karaoke song is Copacabana.
Oh, it is Copacabana. I have added a new top option for karaoke, and it is Tom Jones.
She's a lady.
She's a lady.
She's a lady.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
She's a lady. See, we should harmonize on that. We should do a duet. Anyway, I think that's just very interesting that you have to read the lyrics.
This all came about because we were having dinner and I told Bria that I finally read the lyrics to The Giver by Chappell Roan and learned that it is like a gay anthem. Because she was telling me that and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So then I read the lyrics and I enjoyed the song. I think it's probably her best song she's ever done.
Wow.
And I enjoy country, so like I'll take that. I like new country that still sounds old. I read the lyrics so I could sing properly to it because I just do the chorus.
When you look at the lyrics to the chorus, it's very obviously a top anthem.
But I was kind of thinking it could very well be just Southern hospitality. That's where my mind immediately went to. Just The Giver, like, I'll be there to help you no matter what. I don't know. I didn't think anything of it because I don't care. But then you said it was a gay anthem. I was like, maybe I should look into this more. So then I read the lyrics, enjoyed it more, and yeah, learned what it's about. And then you were just like, wait, you can't listen to lyrics? You can't listen to the words? I was like I can listen to it. I can't comprehend it while I'm listening to music.
Interesting.
It's hard to comprehend.
I saw her SNL performance of that song, like the first time she ever played it, and I clocked it. I tune in. You got to tune in closely to the lyrics.
You come from a family of musicians.
There's only one musician.
You come from being raised in music. I was never raised in music.
Okay. I don't know. I just think it's very... I remember, I guess the conservatives were on TikTok using The Giver as a trending song within their thing without realizing that it was for the tops.
So today probably marks a top 5 moment of the last decade on Twitter with the blow up between Trump and Elon Musk. That is literally unfolding under our feet today.
I have never gone to Elon Musk's Twitter account except for when we've talked about him on here, which is kind of a lot actually. But today I was keeping up.
They're both basically pointing guns at each other and just like waiting for something to happen.
I saw that Steve Bannon said that he needs to be deported. I knew that as soon as Elon Musk and Trump got all buddy-buddy, I knew they would have a falling out like this.
We were waiting for this. I thought I definitely think it took longer than I expected it to take. I thought it would crash out sooner.
It's June. He started in January.
Yeah, I know.
It's over. The breakup has happened. It's very dramatic. I love it, and I can't wait to see more.
It's great. It's definitely not niche. It's the most talked about thing.
I know, we said we have so many ultra niche things to talk about, but it's a must. I mean, I'm keeping up.
Yeah. And it honestly kind of validates my poor judgment in staying on that platform as much as I have been. Because it really has gone to shit since Elon Musk has taken over.
I still have the app, but I do not get on it.
It's the monetization of creators on Twitter has created the most engagement bait farm bullshit. Now it's just, what kind of like bullshit thing can I say to get people to comment and talk about it? I've been sitting through that, stewing through that, shipping through the bullshit, waiting for things like this.
You don't have to be sifting through the bullshit to wait for things like this. You can just pop back in like I did.
Yeah, but I definitely saw it before you did.
I didn't even see it till it was on Instagram, reposted. So you're probably right.
So one of my favorite niche series on TikTok has been the illegal placement of a scam clothing donation box on this guy's property that he owns, his like business property. Clothing bins just showed up randomly on his property, and the city was gonna fine him for putting those there without a permit and not where they're supposed to be. So he did a little digging. Obviously he doesn't want things that aren't his on his property, and he figured out that these people were taking donation clothes and not donating them but reselling them and making a bunch of money off of it. So he starts scratching off the signs on the front that say like what it's for, so that people won't use it. He even put up signs saying like don't use it, like they're a scam, like it's not a donation. And then overnight someone would come in, replace the sign, spray paint over whatever he spray painted. So over multiple videos he welded the doors shut. He tried to move them and tip them over and get them out of there. He turned them face to face so that people couldn't literally access them. But then they come back out in the dead of night and make it all good again. They're painting it, putting new signs on.
How did they get past the welding?
They cut it open. It's crazy. This went back and forth.
Dedicated scammers.
Then all of a sudden, they finally get face to face. So the guy who's been like fixing it all these nights is not the one who apparently owns it. He works for him. And they're talking like, you need to get this off here. We're not going to be fined because you guys are putting this here. We clearly don't want this here. move it. He's like acting like he doesn't understand English. And then he threatens to call the cops. And then all of a sudden the cops are like, this is their property. Like, you can't leave it here. And it's like,
Why would he call the cops on the guy who owns the store?
he can't talk to anyone who's actually in charge. So this guy who showed up there to fix the boxes is the default. You're taking responsibility for this. Anyway, it culminated with giving like a 1 week notice for them to move the boxes, and they did it. So the store owner gets it, calls a guy, brings a forklift, and legitimately puts them up onto a trailer and has them hauled away.
And they haven't brought back new ones?
There hasn't been any updates since that one.
Oh my god.
So it's just like this battle back and forth, hilarious. Because the dude is like trying to figure out how did they cut the welding, how did they like cut through my locks that I put on here so that they wouldn't be able to access it. He's got security footage that they're skimming through in videos and be like, oh, there they are. See, spray painting over it, new signs, like.
He should have had someone there overnight
Some
to
security.
meet them
Yeah.
and catch them in the act. I will say, while we're on the subject, a lot of those clothing donation boxes, even like the legit ones, are part of a cult.
Yeah.
They are supporting a cult, and you should not put your clothes in them. Just saying.
Jeez.
So don't do that. I would say take it to a women's shelter, place that
Or
does
any
clothing
homeless
donations.
shelter or
Yeah.
anything too, yeah.
Some places don't take clothes. Take it to the East LA Library. I guess the sale will be over.
I think
but-
Goodwill's good too. I wouldn't necessarily do. I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with Salvation Army, but
I have a hate relationship with them.
yeah.
They're not getting anything from me. But yeah, I wonder if there's going to be any more updates. I don't know why they would keep putting it there when they know the guy's onto them. Just put
Right.
it somewhere else where no one's paying attention. If you're really going to scam. I wonder if they're like putting the clothes on Depop or something. Who is this a 19-year-old girl who's just running this shit? That'd be crazy.
That'd be wild.
It was announced this morning that Nick Viall is hosting the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives reunion.
Is that how you say his name?
Well, it's people say Viall because his podcast is the Viall Files. But at the premiere, when he did the panel, he said, "I'm Nick Viall." And people try to call me out on TikTok and say I'm mispronouncing his name. That is how he pronounces it. So I'm just copying him. But yeah, he's going to be hosting the reunion. Should have been Andy Cohen. But I think Andy Cohen's Bravo exclusive.
Yeah.
Who else is a good reunion? I mean, Nick is fine. He's had literally every single person on that damn show on his podcast. So,
Omarosa would be really good.
yeah, I could see that for sure. Definitely not Nick and Vanessa Lachey. Thank God they're not hosting it.
No chance there. No chance, Lance.
No chance, Lance. I think it'll be very interesting. I saw in the outfit previews or whatever on Instagram, there was no picture of Demi, and so I wonder if they're kind of hyping it up like, ooh, is Demi gonna be there or not?
Maybe she's like a late entrance after all the girls sit down.
Probably. She's definitely gonna be there.
Please, for the love of God, don't let any of the men be there.
Oh, they're definitely gonna be there, unfortunately. I don't want to hear from them. I kind of want to hear from Dakota, did you get another girl pregnant? But that's about it.
They're not going to talk about that while...
Yeah, I know.
They're
That's
not gonna
happening
talk
right now.
Yeah, I know. They're not going to talk about that while they're priming that for the next season drop.
I hope they do fan-submitted questions. Probably not.
I feel like even if they do that, you have to pick the good ones of the fans. Not the, Taylor, do you find it hard to deal with all the hate that you receive online?
Right, we don't fucking... And you know what? Those are the kind of questions that Nick was asking at the panel, at the premiere, and I'm like, ugh. I hope these are going to be a little bit better than that. I want someone to ask, Demi, is it true that you tried to fake a storyline for the season 1 finale where you and Dakota were having an affair? Something like that. Something that addresses the online chatter.
To me, obviously we had that hot mic moment while you and Brett were walking out. It clearly didn't sound like you were all hunky-dory.
Who's hunky-dory?
Talk about the status of your relationship with Brett now.
Oh, they're better than ever. He's commenting on every single TikTok about her. I see him in the freaking comments.
Honestly though, they shouldn't have had to wait for what I assume is public outcry to have a reunion to decide that a reunion is good. This is the type of show in which you need a reunion.
Absolutely. Anytime you're in a show where things are being said behind people's backs and they don't know about it and there's no resolution.
Same thing with
Really?
social media,
Yeah.
all this stuff where, you need to bring it all to front.
Yeah.
Break the fourth wall right then and there.
They break the fourth wall a lot on that show, and they need to continue breaking it.
I will maintain that this is my hot take, is that show is too much about the show.
Yeah.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, there's too much confrontation about who deserves to be on the show and who shouldn't be on the show. To be honest, I'm not watching this to watch you be reality show contestants. I'm watching this to see you guys be Mormon wives doing whatever the fuck you do in Utah. And
Go in a swing.
And let me see the drama that ensues from your life that way. I don't want to see, Lisa Vanderpump and Kyle Richards go toe-to-toe on who's getting more or less screen time on Real Housewives. So I don't want to hear you guys keep talking about who deserves to be a cast member and who doesn't. All of y'all are basic, and every single one of you, except for Taylor, is replaceable.
You're right. I was going to say, the only person who really shows shit about their life is Taylor.
Yeah. She knows it. She knew that her mom was going to show up to that party.
Oh, that was totally planned.
Exactly. She knows how to stoke the pot. So I have absolutely no problems with Taylor. I think she makes for great reality television.
She's a star. She's a total star. Everyone else is replaceable. I don't know. Demi was carrying, though, with her fake drama.
Demi is your, antagonist to the protagonist. So,
you need her.
You need someone like her. I think she could be replaceable. It's such a fine line between, producers producing a reality show and the talent producing their reality show.
The second the talent starts self-producing, it's over.
Right. And I think Taylor is good with not only coming up with her own maybe ideas that obviously is run by production, maybe I won't show up, but maybe my mom can go. She did call Whitney when she wasn't invited to the baby shower last season, so we can continue that part, and maybe the producers came up with that idea. I don't know. It makes for better reality television than a fake affair, or even if it wasn't Jesse that was seen with Marciano at Tom Tom, but it was Demi fabricating a story and working with Marciano to lie about who was there. That's bullshit.
That whole Vanderpump Villa thing is bullshit in general. Clearly, Vanderpump Villa is a flop, and they are using Secret Lives of Mormon Wives to uplift the flop. But newsflash, we are watching that one episode and we are not watching Vanderpump Rules anymore. So why are we even pushing? It's so fake. I don't like this whole Marciano bullshit storyline. I'm kind of over it.
Yeah. And I also don't know who Marciano is. So you're trying to create this drama about some character that's supposedly some big ticket item draw, and I don't know who the fuck you are.
And I'm not gonna know.
Bring me Jax. If you want Jax, bring me Jax.
Oh my god. See, okay, this I could believe. If their episode of Vanderpump Villa was a crossover and Jax was there and he hooked up with one of the wives, that I would believe, and that I would be here for.
Or Jax did coke with Brett.
Right. Jax gets caught doing coke with Brett. Hire both of us. Honestly, we should start our own reality TV company.
We tried. It's the Friends of the Library, Los Amigos.
Oh yeah, we did try.
But there's some government oversight.
There's some taxpayer money involved that makes it a bit difficult to lift that one off the ground. But yeah, any storyline would be better than that. I just want to know the tea at the reunion, and I hope that Nick Viall actually asks good questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's a little antagonistic, so this could be interesting. Our nichelord of the week is a sleeper cell, really. He has a new song out, and it's being overshadowed by that guy who's on his fucking tippy toes saying, "You'll be married in the suburbs," or whatever. I'm talking about Jake Parks, the singer of the hit song, available on Spotify now, Vitamin Me, the mental health anthem.
If you grew up in youth group, this song resonates hard with you.
Okay, I would say more so if you're trying to get that 2000s Ryan Cabrera vibe back.
I don't even know who Ryan Cabrera is.
Trill. I know that. Oh no, I'm thinking of Jesse McCartney.
He's maybe trying to give Jax Mannequin, but failing.
Whatever. He is really embodying that 2000s, vibe, acoustic guitar vibe. His song would have been on the hills.
Hard disagree.
The whole concept behind the song is that these losers are doing drugs, smoking weed, drinking, and all they need is a little vitamin me. Get your mental health right, believe in yourself, and that is a high like you can't imagine.
Okay.
Anyway, everyone go listen to that. I'm not seeing enough people talking about this one. And he has 1,700 followers on TikTok. We gotta run that up, people.
With how much this household i.e. Bria, has been talking about this song, I never knew that it was as niche as it was. Because I just assumed it was big. Because she's walking around the living room,
It's
the
an
bedroom,
earworm.
just...
It's an earworm. Vitamin me, vitamin me. I'm telling you.
She just says the same 2 words over and over again.
You can take me and you please, vitamin me. See, I never looked up the lyrics, and I can tell you that he says, from my head down to my feet, you can't find it at a pharmacy. That vitamin me, vitamin me.
Pharmacy,
Honestly, he should do a rap
me.
version.
You don't need...
These losers in the bathroom, they take it hit by hit. They think they're all cool, but they're gonna die by 26. Period.
So he's clearly not trying to usher in the drug
He's a
users.
little judgy. He's a little judgy.
He's like, I am holy, so be like me.
Totally. Yes,
But
exactly.
if you're not like me and you have fallen off the rocker, you're going to die by 26.
Right. I mean, they're coming up to him and saying, who's your dealer? Because you are just so high on life. I need to get what you're on. And he's like, there's no dealer, baby. It's just vitamin me.
Can't get it at the pharmacy.
Period. Wear your crown, king. Run up that TikTok account, y'all. Run it.
And with that,
Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Run those up as well. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like hearing about niche things, if you like internet history, reality TV, pop culture. Subscribe. You can follow Will at willmacshothat or willg.mcneil on Instagram. He also has a YouTube channel, Book It. And our mascot, Junebug, you can follow her at Good Job Junebug. And we're back, baby.
see us next week.
Get ready for some more vitamin me.